Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aquis Farm, Queensland State Parade. My name's Bruce Clark. I'm delighted to be back in my old home state, and thanks to the weather. Well, it's only about 11 and cold in Melbourne, but what a day to be turned on here in Hunter for the Aquis Farm Open Day. Thanks for all for coming along. I hope you get to see some of these fabulous stallions that have been offered here at Aquis Farm. It's been a good day for Aquis already. Their first runner in America that they part own, Mac 3, winning at Saratoga. That's not near Almana, it's a big result for them. First time out it was, and a first time win. Now, that's the only time you're allowed to clap today. As good as the hosting might be, this is for the safety of the horses. Or in fact, there's a full minute, I mean, it's shoots in, but whilst we're on, no clapping while the stands are being paraded. And you might notice these cameras around here, you're all on the World Wide Web right now because this event, what a fabulous idea this is being streamed on the Aquis Farm Facebook page. So welcome to all the people around the world who might be watching us right here in this beautiful centre here in Queensland. Standing down shortly, but this event wouldn't be taking place to a lot of people, but most importantly, the principal of Aquis Farm, Mr. Tony Ford. Give Tony a big hand. Welcome along.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Bruce. I have my key note here. I was speaking. My son got stuck in Hong Kong with his passport in his hands and went into a washing machine. It's very, very nice to be here today. I want to start by thanking everyone here for taking the time to come out to our open day. I'm very proud of the work we have done over the past few years. We have grown by leaps and bounds, if I may say so. My commitment to the business and the industry is reflected in my investments over the last few years. I have invested in infrastructure, I have invested in Stallions, and I have invested in a group of excellent people who see through to fruition a vision of excellence. Our staff, including our newly appointed CEO, Shane McGrath, is what makes things happen, and I'm incredibly grateful for everything single of them. Without their tireless effort, we would not be here where we are. I'm so very proud to say that this is a family business. One of my sons, Jay, has just recently joined the Aquis team with his lovely girlfriend, Jeannie. My younger son, John, is here as well with his brother, Gavin. And I'm so excited to be working with all of them in with his brother, Justin, because we are committed to this business, this industry, and of course, Queensland. Finally, I would like to thank everyone in attendance. Our success has been a product of the tremendous support from the Queensland racing community, and specifically all of you passionate breeders. Thank you, and I hope everyone will have a wonderful day today. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mr. Fong. Who puts their passport into a pair of pants and then puts those pants into the wash? It's a good excuse anyway, isn't it? Parade's about to start, but to help me out with the parade, would you welcome Jimmy and Jonathan? Of course, you know them well. Jimmy from New South Wales and Jonathan here from the Queensland branch of Aquis. We're going to talk us through these stallions. Jimmy, you can just test your microphone for us, make sure it works. Hello? No? Hello? Yeah, we've got you now. All working. Okay, great. Now the first stallion, boys, who's going to come out is a new stallion to Australia, and Aquis, of course, and that's Sweet Orange. So we'll get Sweet Orange to come out. Of course, he brings a new bloodline to Queensland breeding, Australian breeding, but it's a truly international one, Jimmy.
Yeah, Warfront statistically today is as good as Danehill in Australia. He sires 15% stakes winners to runners, which is phenomenal in modern day.
Of course, he stood a couple of seasons in New Zealand. What's the feedback from...
His yearlings, they are really, really nice. They've got good bone, good top lines to them. A lot of presence, that's what breeders say. So, no, they're really good types, and I think he's the sort of horse that would suit the Australian broodmare too.
And Jonathan, as you look at him here, just give us your view on him as a specimen.
He's a very classic-looking stallion, very much in the mould of his sire Warfront and his grandsire Danzig. We've got a few of the Sweet Orange's progeny in work at the moment here at Aquis Farm, and we're very happy with them. He's just another link to the Hong Kong market, along with Holy Roman Emperor, who's again was a leading stallion there last season. He was a very top-class horse, this horse. He was a multiple stakes winner. He was a Group 1 winner in Hong Kong, multiple times Group 1 place. He was very unlucky in the Hong Kong Derby. And to win over $10 million in prize money in any country means you're a top-class racehorse.
And what mares would you think would be suited? What line of mares would be suited to Sweet Orange?
Well, obviously being free of Danehill opens him up to endless possibilities for our broodmare market up here, and he'll especially like speed broodmares.
Obviously, he's Jimmy very attractively priced for the market to get into here in Queensland.
Absolutely, and if you breed to race horses, a horse like him definitely fits that mold. And the good thing about him also is that he's out of an unbridled song mare, and those two stallions in America would be right up there in any sire list you see, whether it's even broodmare sires. So now he has a big future ahead of him, and he's already had a Kickstarter in New Zealand. So no, absolutely delighted to have him here, and look forward to his 2-year-olds. And he was a stakes-winning 2-year-old himself in Ireland, so he had a bit of precocity to him. So.
And he stands for 4,400?
Absolutely, very well priced.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
That's Sweet Orange. No clapping. The next stallion coming out will be Holy Roman Emperor. This is Holy Roman Emperor, of course, the most successful shuttle sire to ever come to Queensland. And, of course, he's the sire of 7 individual Group 1 winners in many, many countries. And, of course, the link to Hong Kong, Jonathan, is a great avenue for getting to this stallion.
It definitely is, Bruce. He was leading Hong Kong sire again this season. He was runner-up the previous 2 seasons and won it the year before that as well. He was very much Danehill, this horse. He's a personal favourite on the roster of mine. I'll be supporting him myself, and
no discounts?
No discounts on this horse. He's limited to a book of 100 mares, and we're very close to that.
Right.
So if you are thinking of using this horse, I would recommend that you book in today.
And he doesn't. He gets sprinters, stayers. He gets all types of horses.
He can get you an Oakley plate horse in Scheidel, and he can have a Caulfield Cup winner in Mongolian Khan.
And of course, there's no guesswork here. He's a proven stallion. Of course, we've mentioned his record there. So you know what you're getting here when you pay for your mare to come and visit him, and the opportunity to race at whatever.
Exactly right. And very, very good commercial return. This year he had a weanling sell in New Zealand for $175,000. It was a lovely colt, but that just shows you the sort of return on investment you can get with a stallion of his quality.
Of course, he stands for $9,900 here. And Jimmy, for you, just tell us about him as you look at him parading here.
Well, look, I'm a pedigree buff, and he comes from the direct line of Fran Felucci, which is probably one of the best mares in the stud book. And to have a direct son of Daniel from that line in modern times with age, it's phenomenal. And as I said, he's a great horse. He gets a runner. You can trade them away into Hong Kong. People love that about him. He always throws a runner. They're correct, sound, tough, precocious horses, and that's what you want when you're racing in Australia. So, no, he absolutely fits the mold for us, and that's why we wanted a horse like him on the roster, who was proven, and you still had him at an affordable price, and he suits a variety of broodmares. So, no, delighted to have him.
Okay, well, that's Holy Roman Emperor for you. The next stallion coming out will be Hassan. Just you might have on your list here that Benfica's down. He won't be parading today. He had a slight issue this morning, Stone Brews, but you can certainly chat to any of the team from Aquis about booking your mare into Benfica, but sadly we won't be able to show him today. Okay, have a look at this fella. This is Hassan, another proven stallion. Fantastic specimen himself, great racehorse himself, and again, Jimmy, a horse who's proven as a stallion.
Absolutely, and he's a great racehorse himself. He was 5 out of 5. He was never defeated on the track. He's 2 times winner at 2, 3 times at 3. Just a tough, proven racehorse, and he throws that in his progeny too. His filly Frolic. She comes from a crop of very, very good 2-year-olds. So no, he's a horse that actually, being again, has a double cross of Mr. Prospector, gets the speed into his mares, and that's what the market likes.
Of course, no, it's David Chester here. Thanks, David, for coming. Magic Millions, and you talk about Hassan, and a special day for Magic Millions Day for this stallion, wasn't it, Jonathan? When
it was, Bruce. He had three winners on the $10 million Magic Millions race day.
Fantastic, isn't it? That's the day to do it.
That is the day to do it, yes. When the big prize money's on offer, this boy stood up. He's a very, very proven horse. He's sire of Group 1 winners in Lucky Hustler. This year, Frolic was very unlucky in the Golden Slipper.
Yeah.
He's a horse that the Queensland market's really been crying out for, and we were pleasantly surprised when we announced him. The phone just rang off the hook. So he's limited to a book of 120 mares this season. Okay. And again, as with Holy Roman Emperor, spaces are limited in this horse.
And we talk about bloodlines here, Jimmy, for this horse. You're the breeding buff here, and you mentioned that.
Yeah, like Hassane has actually done really well with Daniel anyways. It sounds cliche to say that it works with Daniel because a lot of mares have it, but this sire line actually works with Daniel, and that's phenomenal, especially, with the amount of Daniel blood around. And you're looking to breed to race. He, again, throws a tough, sound horse, throws a very good type too, and they run over all distances from 5 furlongs to 10 furlongs. He can get you, a sprinter, miler, stare. So, he's a horse that a breed to race person would be absolutely, delighted to breed to. So,
that's Hassan. He stands for $13,200 here, the most expensive on the Queensland roster for Aquis.
Thank you.
The next stallion we're going to look at will be Spill the Beans. Of course, excellent racehorse, top-class racehorse for Gerald Ryan. This will be Spill the Beans. And there he is. This is Spill the Beans. He's probably still got a smile on his face. He was the busiest stallion in almost the world last year, I think. Got over 200 mares showing his popularity. Of course, what you should say as well here is that we're not just asking you to put your mares to these. I mean, Aquis are supporting a lot of mares, high-end mares at the recent sales, and they'll be going to stallions like this. Spill the Beans. But Jimmy, he did the job in that season, and looking forward to coming back and doing it again this season.
Absolutely. He was the most popular first season horse Australia-wide. Very well received, covered over 200 mares. And of course, he's the son of Snitzel. And you just couldn't do wrong standing a son of Snitzel. And, Danehill was a champion stallion, so was Redouts, and so is Snitzel now. And 3 generations of champion stallions going to start, and then you have a horse like him, who's so good looking, a winner at 2, undefeated at 2. At stud, he has every chance, and Aquis we don't stand stallions just to stand them. We're in the business of making stallions, so we're going to support them with our very best to give them every opportunity.
He's got a great temperament too, doesn't he, as he walks around here?
He does, and for anyone that was here last year, Bruce, they'll see the change in the horse. He's let down to a magnificent stallion. Very, very classy horse. Beautiful movement.
Going to cap him this year or not?
He'll cover hopefully around that 150 mark, Bruce, yeah.
Okay. 202 last year.
202 last year, that's right. And very pleased with the foals that we've seen on the ground by him so far. I've been around to a few farms that have had them, and very pleasantly surprised that he's throwing a lot of leg into his foals as well. And they all have his head, and hopefully they can run like him and his size Snitzel.
That would be fantastic. That's Spill the Beans. Don't forget, after the parade, there's plenty to hang around and enjoy here. Hospitality, as well as a chance to chat to all the team from Aquis about booking your mares in or getting some advice on what you should be doing with your mares. So look forward to you staying with us after the parade.
And also, just to add, he's a very, very fertile horse because he handled those numbers really well in his first season. So if you have a mare who's hard to get in foal, he's the horse.
He's very kind. Next out will be a new stallion, and I know the team at Aquis are really excited about standing Furnaces here in Queensland and the opportunity that he presents. So look forward to seeing Furnaces, who was a fantastic racehorse, now standing here at Aquis Farm.
And for anyone that supports Furnaces in his first season at stud and sends an accompanying mare to one of our other stallions, they'll be eligible for the $200,000 breeders bonus, as we had last year with Spill the Beans, with the first city-winning progeny of either sex receiving $25,000 to the breeder. The first stakes winner by Furnaces, the breeder will receive $50,000, and the breeder of the Furnaces progeny at the end of the 2-year-old season that has amassed the most prize money will receive $100,000 from Aquis.
Fantastic. Have a look at him, and he's going to let down to a magnificent stallion. Jimmy, you're pretty close to this horse yourself, and when you were at Darling.
Yeah, John O'Shea reckoned he was the best 2-year-old in Godolphin stable that year, and that predominantly the reason for that was he's in November fall, and he's won an October 2-year-old race. It's very hard for a November fall to win an October 2-year-old race and go on and win a stakes race, and he's a track record breaker at 3. And he was very precocious, and he was the leading slipper chance of Godolphin that year. So, and he's in the mold of Exceed. He's just a phenomenal 2-year-old that we had.
It's a great juvenile family bloodline that he comes through, isn't it?
And Strategic is turning out to be a hell of a brood messiah of late. So, no, he's very well bred, and his mum was a very handy 2-year-old herself, Feet of the Fire. So he comes from a precocious 2-year-old family, which you'd love to see, especially being by Exceed.
He seems to be, Jonathan, he seems very comfortable here in the surroundings here. He looks as though he's really going to enjoy himself here.
He has. He's let down magnificently. He's only been off the track for a few months now. And you can see he's a tremendous type of horse. Great power behind the saddle.
Absolutely.
Very good shoulder.
I think
we're very excited here with Furnaces at Aquis, and we're going to be supporting him with some terrific mares, including the dams of no less than 7 individual stakes winners, as well as some really well-performed mares off the track.
But you can't win the bonus yourself, can you?
No, that's right. All Aquis mares are exempt from the bonus. So anyone that supports this horse will be in with a great chance.
Just repeat those again, the incentives with this horse.
So the breeder who breeds the first furnaces of either gender to win a city race will receive $25,000. The breeder of the first stakes winner by furnaces will receive $50,000. And the breeder of the furnaces progeny that has amassed the most prize money at the end of the two-year-old season will receive $100,000 from Aquis Farm. Now these bonuses will go off. It's just a matter of how many people will be eligible.
It's not just the bonuses. You're going to breed yourself a pretty good racehorse, you would think, if you come and see furnaces. So you're
Exactly
a long way in front by then. But look at him here. I think if you come back this time next year, he's going to be an even more magnificent stallion as he really lets down.
He will be, definitely. And he stands for $9,900 this year. And we really implore anyone here to have a talk to any one of the sales team about booking multiple mares for this horse. We will look after you, and you'll be eligible for the breeder's bonus.
Well, that's furnaces. Just repeating to the Benfica won't be parading today, but doesn't mean he won't be eligible for your mare. So have a chat to any of the Aquis team afterwards if you're interested in Benfica. But I'm sure, having seen this horse furnaces and understanding of the incentives to go to him and what you might get in return, I think he'll be very, very popular, this horse furnaces.
And he's also from the family of Pariah, who's come out and is the leading chance for the Golden Rose. So it's a young family still, and it's still continually upgrading. And you want to see that. It's not a family that's dead. It's still upgrading. So that's great. Thank you.
It's furnaces. And we've got one more stallion to show you. And what a revelation this horse has been here in Queensland, Doomsday. And he'll be the last one to show. Don't forget to hang around afterwards, and some fine food and drinks to be had and shared, and a chance to really discuss where your mares will be going here to these Aquis stallions this breeding season. And why wouldn't you be going to Doomsday? Winners every week. Derby winners, another winner yesterday. Almost a two-state double. Yeah, almost one in Victoria. But he's been a star here. Doomsday. Yeah, favourite for the Caulfield Guineas. Here he is, Doomsday. And I don't think we need to say he sells himself because he gets winners after winners after winners, and he's commercial and he's very much well priced.
It's actually, he stood his first couple of seasons in Cootamundra. I don't know if many people know that. And he did not get the best quality mares when he stood his first 2 seasons there. But he's got a Group 1 winner coming from that crop, which was only 40 foals, which shows you he's a sort of stallion that can upgrade a mare, which you want to see in a stallion.
So he had small books and still been able to ride a horse like Rutherford.
To get a Group 1 winner from Cootamundra mares is hard to do. So no, he's done really well for himself. And look, he's an outcross. He's free of the Daniel blood. Suits a variety of mares. I say he's had a Dooms year. Why Doomsday?
Yeah, that's right. Magnificent looking stallion.
He's a lovely horse, and just further to the Nicks, anyone with a Sir Tristram line mare, so anyone with a mare with Sir Tristram in the pedigree through octagonal especially, it's the same cross as Rutherford, and he's also got the favourite at the moment for the Caulfield Guineas and the very exciting unbeaten Royal Symphony.
Well, just on him, what an exciting horse he is, and he was picked out of a paddock by Dwayne Dunn, which just shows that the sort of horse that this horse can. I mean, he knew nothing. He didn't know he was by Doomsday,
Yeah.
but he just liked the type, and that's the sort of stallion this bloke is.
Exactly right, and for what that horse has done as a 2-year-old, I'd be very, very excited if I was the owners to race him on as a 3-year-old, because the Doomsdays just get better with age.
He's the most exciting horse in the country, I think, and there's a chance that he'll be taking on Winks. Someone's got to in the Cox Plate this year, but first things first, he's got to get past the Caulfield Guineas. But that's what Doomsday can do, as I say. Bought out of a paddock just on looks. And if you look at this stallion now, as he parades, he's just got a great temperament. Nothing seems to bother him, and it seems to be part of the trait of his progeny.
Yeah, he does just throw racehorses. They're tough and honest, and they just get better with racing as well. So he stands this year for 8,800, as you said.
And he's been last few seasons, those Cootamundra books of 40, and now well over 100, aren't they?
Yeah, so he covered over 100 mares last year in his first year here at Aquis Farm, and this year he will cover his biggest book and best quality book.
Because that will include some mares that Aquis have bought at the sales.
Most certainly. So, and Aquis will be sending some nice mares to him, some well-bred mares, and we'll hope to get some fillies because he's really making his name as a broodmare sire as well now. Okay. Doomsday. He's the broodmare sire of Trapeze Artist. Yeah. He was a very good 2-year-old winner of the Black Opal last year. So he's got a real future as a broodmare sire as well, this horse.
And of course the sire of Rutherford, who's not only won a Derby but been sold for a lot of money to Hong Kong. So that's the sort of stallion you're getting here in Doomsday.
And no other Queensland stallion had more stakes winners last racing season than Doomsday. So he was the leading Queensland Cyber stakes winners, and a very close second was Hassan. So, future's bright.
All right, that's Doomsday for you. Magnificent. Thanks to Jonathan, thanks to Jimmy for their insight into these 6 stallions, and of course we've got Benfica as well. This is the CEO of Aquis Farm, the new CEO, and it's Shane McGrath. You can clap now. You can give Shane a warm round of applause, and he's about to sign off on a very big bill for your entertainment coming up shortly.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks everybody for coming, and obviously on behalf of the whole team at Aquis, we'd like to say congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Fung on what we've created. It's interesting. It's only 2 years since its conception. We've spent over 40 million at a public auction. So that's stock that we've purchased that's gone directly back into the market, into the breeders, and we commend the breeders for that as well. I'd like to welcome Virginia West, our local member for council, and Steve Lyons, his wife Tanya, and daughter Ruby, CEO of the newly named Aquis Park. So welcome everybody. Just interesting when Bruce was touching on our broodmare. We have a broodmare band now assembled of nearly 200 mares. 100 of those will go to our own stallions this year. So we're committed to supporting our young horses and giving them every opportunity, both here and in our New South Wales base. We offer industry best terms for all our breeders, and it also allows Queensland breeders to benefit and access Bob's-based stallions, and allows everybody to play at a national level. Looking at Queensland breeding, it's alive and well. You've got Basil Nolan here as the head of the TBA, a local man. There's a potential Tabcorp merger. Just need to focus on the prize money. If we can get that going, I think Queensland is in a great position, and we're providing the stallions, hopefully allow people to do that. Our sales team, they do a magnificent job, led by Jimmy and Jonathan Davies. We've got Bernie Kane, Paul Knight, Luke Lawler, and of course Robin Wise and Marty Roberts. On our sales team, our director of racing, Casey Fogden. I'd encourage anyone that's interested in racing a horse to have a chat to Casey. Particularly, we've got a lovely filly that she'll show anyone that's interested to race in the fillies only bonus series with the Magic Millions, which is a great incentive. So once again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. And we wouldn't be here without you, the breeders, and of course the Elizabeth Usher. Particular thanks to her with all the effort that she's put into organising today. It takes a lot of effort. It's a team effort, but someone has to lead the band. And Elizabeth, you've done a great job. So thank you very much. Just a little bit of housekeeping as well before we head into the entertainment. For anyone smoking, just be mindful of all the guests, and please use the dedicated smoking area to the side of the lunch area. Kids' meals, they'll be served in the kids' area to the left of the main marquee from 12:30. Toilets are at the right of the marquee, and it's warm, so drink plenty of water, plenty of sunscreen. Enjoy the afternoon, and thanks again for coming.